Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my home. On today's video, we are going to be doing some end of the month deep cleaning. These are tasks that I typically don't take care of during the month. I make sure that I do it at the very end because they're not really things that I would consider cleaning on a daily basis or even on a weekly basis unless it is necessary. So I'm starting off with the dishwasher. I tend to do this once or twice a month. Just give it a good scrubbing. Because it gets really, really gross during that time, I make sure that I scrub everything down. There's also usually a filter in the bottom, and you can actually see both of them right there on the door. These can be removed. Sometimes there's food stuck in it, and you want to make sure you rinse it because that's what ends up giving that really gross smell to your dishwasher. I know a lot of people just add vinegar and call it a day, but if you're not cleaning this area, you're going to keep having the issues of the smell. So make sure you're removing that. You don't have to scrub it down. Really, just a simple dish with white vinegar will do it. I just need to scrub it because, like I said, there's been times where food, especially milk or chocolate milk from the kids' cups, splashes. And even though I do my best and we all do our best to rinse any of the cups or dishes or anything like that, sometimes it happens. So because I have the white cabinets, I just need to make sure that I go in there and give it a good washing once a month. Now moving on to the fridge, and I try to do the fridge for the most part during the week in a way that I can actually order groceries, make sure that I know what I'm getting, and give it a quick wipe down. But sometimes there's accidents, and this fridge, I appreciate it a little bit more, but everything's just kind of piled on top of each other. And it's getting to me. There's a lot of like leftover food from, takeout or the kids half drink drinks. And it's just needs to go through in a very thorough way. Now, I like to go in with a very mild cleaner. I don't like using harsh cleaners in the fridge, especially if there's still food in there. I typically go with a spray bottle and I put a little bit of Castle soap with some water. And if you really want it to smell, essential oils, but I typically don't because, again, I have the food in there. So I'm going to go in there and just give it a quick wipe down, make sure everything is taken out. There is some stuff that was like partially empty. Now, this is a little hard to accept, but if you have ADHD, we really tend to leave empty packages everywhere. I don't know why. I've met other people with ADHD and they're like, yeah, I found cereal boxes that don't have cereal in it. I've gone into the fridge and there's like a carton of milk with like no milk in it. I don't know why. Is there anyone in the, here that's watching this? Can you tell me why? Or is it just unfortunately a thing that we do? I don't know. But I've gotten better because I've created this like habit of just checking it. I just check it. Now, I know you guys are probably wondering like, what about your husband? My husband goes into this fridge maybe once a day. So um there's only so much that he can do. I'm going to go ahead and just keep cleaning and working my way down. And before anybody asks me anything about the eggs, we do go through a lot of eggs. The two kids go through eggs, we go through eggs. It is an egg household, and I like to bake and I like to make sure that I have some on hand all the time. And actually, I find it to be cheaper when I get the bigger set through like Sam's Club or Costco than if I was to buy the singles at the store. Or maybe it's just been a long time since I bought the singles at the store. Now I just get the bigger pack at Sam's Club, to be honest with you, because we do go through it pretty fast. Um, Everything in the fridge is now condiments, and I don't know why, but this always happens. Now we love our condiments. I get that, but for some reason, they always end up back in the same area. So I'm always just kind of working my way around them, but making sure that one, they are still good, they're not empty, and we actually are consuming them. I don't like having things that we're not consuming because it's going to go bad and it's taking up space in the fridge. Now, this fridge also has this compartment at the bottom, which you can use for like snacks or fruits or veggies. We actually use it for drinks just because the kids really enjoy cold drinks. And I need to make sure that I always go through it. It was so funny because we just bought this not too long ago and there was still like tape found inside of it. So I was removing that. But I like to just give it a quick wipe down and just make sure nothing's spilled in there. Again, I'm using the really gentle cleaner, nothing too harsh, nothing with scents, just to kind of get everything wiped down. And then I'm going to work my way down to the freezer, which, a lot of you guys asked me in my previous videos because I had a different fridge, the one that has the side by side, which one I preferred. And I still prefer this one. Now moving on to the washer and dryer, and I typically do this maybe twice a month, but this month I haven't gotten around to it. And so now I'm going to go ahead and do it this time around. So this particular washer has this bottom part that needs to be emptied in order for the small filter to be cleaned. And it actually has the instructions on the door, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, but it does have quite a bit of water. I think I did about 2 or 3 trips of like using the bucket. Now, it didn't fill the bucket, but because I have to lean it like this, I basically stopped to where it was about to spill over. So this is definitely a must if you're noticing that the washer is giving this weird musky smell. And I'm telling you this because when I started noticing that same smell come through the clothes or the towels or even the bedding, I just knew that there was something that needed to be cleaned. Now, the inside for the front loaders also have this gap in between like the rubber part and the actual washer. That will also gather a lot of dirt and gunk from the clothing. And that's another area that you have to clean. And then the last area that you have to clean is going to be where the detergent goes, because if you're using softeners or even the regular detergent, you're bound to notice a buildup. You're also going to notice mold. And I know it seems weird, but one thing that a lot of people tell you with front loaders is to always leave the door open, but they never remind you to also leave the compartment at the top open. Now, this might just be me, but I was like, okay, so if the front has to stay open, I imagine the compartment where the detergent has to be open too. Otherwise, it's literally just stewing in there in the humidity. Sure enough, I for a few times have not done that, and there has been mold in there, and that freaks me out so bad. So now I just make it a habit to not only leave the front door open, but also the compartment where the detergent goes, just to ensure that we are not getting mold in those areas. And as you can see here, it's easily removable, and you can see some of the buildup here, but it's really not that bad. You're able to remove all the compartments in it, which is really nice. And once you do so, you're able to spray it down and make sure that everything's nicely cleaned. It is a bit hard to do it with like a sponge, so I recommend using like a toothbrush or just a brush that's smaller. I know there's some of those spin brushes that are very small. That might be a good one, but it can be a little hard if you're doing it with a sponge like I am. Luckily, most of the area was already clean because I've been staying on top of it. But if this is your first time, you're probably going to see a lot of areas where it's kind of hard to get in there and clean everything up. Now, when it comes to the dryer, you probably already know that you should be cleaning the lint trap, and every dryer has the lint trap in different areas. Mine has it at the front area, and yes, I'm going to clean that filter, but also I'm going to go in there with a brush and loosen everything up that's in there because there's a lot in there, and it can be really dangerous. It can be like a total fire hazard. So I got this attachment from Amazon for the Dyson. I have the Dyson V8. The attachment is not from Dyson. This was just like a generic attachment. It's long, it's perfect, but even if you don't have the Dyson, there's a lot of attachments that you can use for your vacuums that I definitely recommend for this particular task. Now, in the past, I've also learned, and this is from other people who've told me this, that their dryer has stopped drying properly because of how much lint has been in there. So this is not only just a safety thing, but also a performance thing. If you want it to be working properly, make sure that all of these are being cleaned. There's also the back part that you should be cleaning. I didn't do this time around, but there's something that I have to let my husband know to give me a hand with once we have the time for that. Then I go back to the washer, and remember I mentioned there's that rubbery part in between. You need to give that area a good scrubbing. Give it a good spray, let it sit for a little bit, give it a good scrubbing because there's a lot that's going to be building up in there. And then mine has this tub clean. I typically just add a little bit of powder soap just to kind of help clean everything up. And then I set up the tub clean and it just kind of gets everything going. Now, I like to clean the vacuums and the vacuum mops because those get really, really dirty. And as you can see here, even if you're emptying the bins like they come with, it can get really, really gross. Now, this is the Narwhal. I've had this for a long time. It's the Narwhal Freo, I believe. I'll link it for you guys. But there's a multitude of, vacuum mops that are out there that you need to be cleaning. And the reason that you need to be cleaning these is because a lot of dirt, a lot of humidity also piles up and they need maintenance in order to work properly. I always let people know that you gotta keep your helpers clean. And your helpers are your dishwasher, your washer and dryer, your vacuums. Any tools that you use at home to clean need to be maintained in order for them to work properly. So I am giving this a quick dusting, a quick cleaning. It really didn't need much on the inside, but here's the tricky part, okay? This is where the little mop heads go into and get washed, the ones that go in the bottom to mop. Yeah, if you're noticing that they're smelling gross and musky, it's because you haven't cleaned that area. And I'm going to show you. There it is. This is how dirty it gets because leftover water from the, and the little mop heads being cleaned gets left behind, and you need to clean these. Now, this is a month's worth, so don't freak out. This isn't like a weekly thing, but it's definitely a month's worth of dirt. Now, I like to dust the fans because we all have allergies and asthma here, so it's important that the fans get dusted properly. And as much as I love fans, they will collect a lot of dust. So this is just the first one. This is the one that I started with, and I'm doing all of the kids' fans. I'm doing the main room's fans just because they can get really, really dusty. And again, I don't do this on a weekly basis. I just like to do this on a monthly basis. And since we're coming to the end of the month, this was the perfect time to just take care of it and make sure that it got done. Did I do any other cleaning? Not really, besides the dishes and stuff. So don't stress if you're not getting to your normal cleaning. Just focus on end of the month stuff. This is kind of the easiest way for you to be able to manage some of these tasks that can pile up if you're not getting to them. So if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.